Welcome to Paul's Take. This is my take on the roof rack. It finally came. This is the basket that goes on top of your vehicle. To get an idea how big the box is, there is a back door, and there's a box. And that's about that wide. And there it is inside. Get it all the way straight from China. Not too much padding. Okay, there's all the rack out of the box. It's not attached yet, of course, but let's see how it's inside this box here with all the hardware, apparently. All right, here's all the pieces inside the hardware box. All right, so the assembly is pretty much done, and it's pretty simple, except for this one part right here. It shows the rack on the car with the clamp. This piece, you see that where it's on the bottom? Well, this thing is completely backwards. It should be the opposite. This is the way, now look very carefully, get one of these things, you want to know how it goes together. It's the opposite of what it's showing. So understand the instructions. See, they're showing the clamp on the bottom. The clamp is on top. This rests on top of there. These pieces go into the little grooves. See little grooves there? And the thin metal piece actually goes on the bottom with the screws. So I pretty much had to it wasn't making any sense. So I just kind of threw it away, the instructions, and figured how I would do it. And that's how it should go. All right, I can't see how it would go any other way. So that's the important part. The XCAR roof rack carrier basket. Now, there's a bunch of companies making these baskets, and they're all the same exact basket with different names. I should say there is one manufacturer making the baskets for different companies, and they have different company names on it. Very firm, very solid. It has a 150-pound cargo rating. Now, I've seen other ones that it looks like exactly the same with a 250-pound rating, but this one said 150 pounds. That seems like it should be fine. What you're looking at now is not part of the rack, but it's part of the awning I got. There is no Overlander without an awning, right? And this is my Overlander project, my Overlander project series. So I'll stay tuned and make sure you hit like, subscribe, so you can check out other editions. So I'll do it, like I said, my next video will be on the awning. Or, yeah, probably the awning. And also I'm doing a trip out to the Outer Banks. So, in the next couple of days. So you're going to see this thing fully loaded up with gear and whatnot. And we're going to go on the sand and see how it goes. But the XCAR rack does seem, it wasn't very expensive. I noticed that you can buy them for much less, like somewhere like $120 or even $100. But those come straight from China, so you got to wait a while to get it. And this one here, I spent a little more because I needed it for this trip. Okay, so looking at this front piece real quick. When I was installing it, I was wondering why there's a gap on the bottom. I think it's for these little nubs here that you put in there. It gives it a gap, because you could not have the nubs, it'll be flush against it. But I think they're there so that way the air can get underneath easily enough without any wind noise or squeaking noises. So when I'm driving, I don't hear any noise. At least nothing that I didn't notice before, so I wasn't really paying attention before, but there's nothing annoying about driving down the road. I don't hear any, like I said, any wind noises. So I have no problems so far. I think it's going to be a great addition to my Jeep Liberty on this Liberty Outlander project. Quick look at my awning. So this one here wasn't also expensive. Like I said, I will do my next video, or the video after will be on the awning. Maybe the bike rack will be next, I'm not sure. But this was really cool. This is almost the reason why I got a Liberty, because I wanted something high and I could stand underneath the awning. Well, this is definitely high enough where I could stand underneath the awning without having to crouch down. That's why I think the Liberty is a great vehicle for outlanding. So like I said, I'm headed to the beach, and I haven't changed the tires yet. That'll be my next edition. These are basically factory sized, and we'll see how they go on the sand. So that'll be interesting. So make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss the video of me driving on the sand, which I'll be going, like I said, a couple of days now. The rack here is going to be, I'll do a review on this as well, short enough, maybe the next one, maybe the one after. But it's not really, I would consider, gear for the Outlander, but it is definitely gear for the beach. And this is a pretty nice rack. I just acquired it somehow, off of a good trade, I would say. I didn't even buy it, I traded it. It's made by Transit. I guess it's a popular rack. I don't know anything about it really, but I'll look into it and do a review on it. So there again is the rack from XCAR roof rack. Like I said, there's a bunch of them. Those are pretty much the same. I think it's going to work out great. It looks good. Seems solid enough. It's not the most beefy thing, but it's not super heavy either. I don't want to weigh down my vehicle. So thanks for watching Paul's Take. Actually, Paul's Take is the channel, but this is part of my Liberty Overlander project or experience. It's a new thing. This is my second video just on the gear. Thanks again for watching the Jeep Liberty Overlander experience.